All right, good morning, boys and girls. Today I'm going to show you how to set up for a narrative genre. Today we're going to do a narrative, and a narrative is a story. And you're going to take the animal of the week and you're going to turn it into a story of some sort. All right, so we need to get ready. I'm going to open up my writing notebook. I'm going to find a page where I can open it up. And it is blank on this side and blank on this side because this is where I'm going to write my story, and this is going to be kind of like my T-chart for a narrative, but it's a little bit different than a normal T-chart. A T-chart like this is used for an informational piece or an opinion piece, but today I'm going to write a narrative, so it's going to look a little different. So instead of doing 7 lines, I'm going to do 8. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Pause the video if it takes you a little bit longer. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to draw a line just like this. It's kind of looking like a T-chart-ish. All right. Up top, I'm going to write characters. Okay, I'm going to just try to stick with 2 characters. Sometimes in 3rd grade we try to have too many characters and then our story gets jumbled because there's so many characters, okay? And then we have a setting, and the setting is where the story takes place. So wherever the setting is. Okay, and then we're going to have a problem. We're going to just pick one problem that our character is going to face. Okay, and then we're going to come up with a solution. All right. Then we have a problem and we have a solution. Almost every story does. In fact, some stories have more than one problem and more than one solution. But for our pre-write, we're just going to write one problem and one solution, okay? And then we're going to do the first event. And this is what's going to happen in the beginning of my story. Okay, and then I'm going to do a middle event, or event number 2, which is going to happen in the middle. And then I'm going to do event number 3, or what happens at the end of my story. And then right here I'm going to write dialogue. And dialogue is, in a story, the characters are going to talk to each other. Okay, and I don't want too much, but I'm going to at least write one thing one of the characters are going to see, okay? Or say, shall I say. I really want you to think about this dialogue because guess what? You have to have the dialogue in the story. It's how the characters talk to each other, or how they solve the problem and how they find out the solution, okay? And then, because we've been learning about animals, we're going to write 3 facts about the animal that we've learned about. Okay, about the animal. 3 facts about animal. Okay, now this week, this is just going to be an example. This week, we're doing an owl. Okay, we're writing a narrative on an owl. But because I don't want anybody to copy me, I'm going to go back that we did last week, and we did a lion. And so I'm going to show you an example on a lion. However, you are going to write the narrative about the animal of the week. Okay? Okay, so I have a lion, and his name is going to be Sam. Okay? And then I have an elephant, and his name is going to be Mike. Okay, those are my 2 characters. So you fill out your 2 characters and then you pause the video. Okay, all right. Now, a lion does not live in the jungle, right? Where does a lion live? It lives in the savannah. That's right. And so I'm going to put the setting is going to take place in a savannah or a grassland, shall I say. Okay, that's where the story's going to be placed. I'm really not going to put a lion in the Arctic, okay? Because a lion would never survive there, and so I want to pick a setting on where my animal would actually be around. Okay, the problem is, oh, I know. Because a lion sleeps, that's going to be my fact. A lion sleeps 20 hours out of the day. And the elephants are getting ready for a talent show. And so they are waking the lion with their stomping feet. And so the problem is the elephants are stomping too loud while Sam sleeps. And Sam sleeps a lot, right? He sleeps 20 hours, okay? And the solution is, this is going to be so crazy, but the lion is going to make slippers for all the elephants so that maybe they will sound silent as they stomp. Make slippers, and they're going to be sound-proof slippers. Why not? Guess what? It's my story, and so that's the best part about when you write a narrative. You can be silly and awesome and fun. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. All right. So event 1 in the very beginning of the story, I got to think about what's going to happen in the beginning, what's going to happen in the middle, what's going to happen in the end. And so in the beginning, and I don't have to write too much here, but this is just my pre-write, right? I'm just kind of showing what I'm going to do. In the beginning, the lion is going to be taking a nap. Taking a nap, just like I said. And in the middle, the elephants are practicing for the talent show. And at the end, the lion surprises the elephants with soundproof, I keep wanting to put double F, soundproof slippers. Oh, yes. Okay. Woohoo! In 7 minutes, I already filled out my T-chart. Awesome and awesome. Okay, so now I got to think about dialogue, and dialogue is what they say, what the lion is going to say. And if you guys remember about lions, a lion's roar, that's my other fact. Their roar can be heard from 5 miles away. So a lion is not quiet. Okay, a lion is not quiet. It is really, really loud. So the lion is not going to whisper. I can even say the lion roared. And I put my comma here, and then I took my talking marks or quotation marks, and he's going to say, stop! With exclamatory. And that's going to be somewhere in my story. I'm going to put the lion roared. Okay. Now down here I have my 3 facts about an animal. So far I have the lion sleeps 20 hours and the roar can be heard from 5 miles away. And so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to look at my story and I'm going to think, what other facts can I put in? Oh, I know. The lion lives in a pride. And somebody told me that there were like 50 lions in a pride. So these elephants are disturbing the sleep of 50 lions. Not just one lion, but 50. And since he's a lion, he is the leader of the pride. Okay? He is the leader of the pride. Whew! I am done with my T-chart. And before I move on, I'm going to start my first sentence of my story. Now, I know in first grade and kindergarten, it was really great to hear the once upon a time. Once Upon a Time. Okay, we are not doing Once Upon a Time in third grade. So I'm going to come over here to my other side of the paper, and I'm going to make sure I indent. And if you open up any of your stories that you are currently reading, most of the time it has, in the story, it has the first line will have the characters and the setting. At least one of the characters. Okay, at least one of the characters. So I need to think of coming up with Savannah and introducing Lion in my first sentence of my story. So I'm going to indent, and I'm going to think about a Savannah, and I'm going to think about the weather in a Savannah. Is it hot? Yes, it's really hot. Okay, so I'm going to say one hot day in the Savannah, comma, and Sam, comma, the mighty lion. Oops. And I'm going to go back here to my event, right? Mighty lion was, that's so funny, taking a cat nap. Okay. That's funny. That is actually really funny. I just thought of that as it was coming, okay? So inside my very first sentence, we're not going to finish it. This is just the T-chart, but I like for you to come up with a very first sentence about it, okay? In my first sentence of my story, I'm going to write my characters and my setting. I'm not going to use the words once upon a time, and I'm definitely not going to say, today I'm going to tell you about a lion. No and no, okay? Remember, this is a narrative story, so it's going to be fun, it's going to be creative, and the lion's going to use those characteristics that I learned about, and I'm going to implement those into my story, okay? Now, over here, notice how I'm not going to say, the lion sleeps for 20 hours, but maybe the lion can tell the elephant, hey, I only have 12 hours of sleep, and I still need 8 more to go. This is why I'm so tired. Right? I'm going to embed these 3 facts. I'm going to be looking for a couple things. I'm going to be looking for this dialogue, and I'm definitely going to be looking for these 3 facts embedded in your story. Not just put at the end of the story, but embedded into your story. So I want you to be thinking about how you can do that. And that's how we get ready and we get set up for a narrative story. Okay? Again, this week it's going to be about a lion, an owl, but next week, in the next couple of weeks, what animal is it going to be about? I don't know. But no matter what animal it's about, you're still going to set up the character, setting, problem, solution, beginning, and events, okay? All right, be ready to share some of your ideas when we get on Zoom today. Be creative. Have fun. Use the vocabulary. I can't wait. I can't wait to read your awesome stories.